Welcome to Dictionaries lecture. So dictionaries consist of keys and key values separated by a colon. And dictionaries are also called dicts, which can contain strings of numbers, tuples, lists, sets, series, data frames, and also nested dictionaries. Okay, so dictionaries can be created in multiple ways, but we're going to create one in a very simple way first. So we'll have D1 equal to simply an empty dictionary. You can tell it's a dictionary by virtue of the fact that it has these curly braces here. So I do D1, of course, you can see the output is just an empty dictionary, unsurprisingly. And if we do type D1, we can double check, and we'll see that it says dict, which is short for dictionary. Okay, so I'm going to do A equal to 10, and we'll do B equal to 20 for now. And then we take a look, you can see that we have these two keys here, which are A and B, along with their key values of 10 and 20, and they're separated, the A and the 10, by a colon here. So note that the key values don't have to necessarily be these integers, they could be anything, so it could be a float, a string, a list, a tuple, or even a nested dictionary, and so on. And also bear in mind that these keys here don't have to necessarily be strings, they could be anything. So just to show an example here, we'll have, let's say, n equals 1, 100, and 2, 200, and then n. And now I can access, let's say, 200 by the 2 key here, as you can see. But that's not very common, so I just wanted to point that out. All right, so I'm going to add another one. I'll have, let's see, equal to 50. All right, so let's say I want to create another dictionary here. So I have toys equal to robots, with this as, let's say, 25.99, and we'll have, let's say, another one, car, for comparison. And we'll have, let's say, 45.95. All right, great. So we have our toys dictionary here. Now let's say, for instance, I want to add the D1 and the toys dictionary together. Well, I can't simply do this. This will give me a type error. So what I have to do is, let's say, d1.update method, and then you put in the toys dictionary, like so. And as you can see, I have the toys dictionary appended onto the end of my D1 dictionary. All right, so let's say I want to change the value here for this particular key, so A. What I can do is, whoops, that should be 120. And now we do D1. So as you can see, it's been updated to 120 here. And this is a similar process to, let's say we have my list, 10 and 20, and then I do my list. Then I grab, let's say, 10 here, and I put this to also 120, my list, and you can see it's been modified to 120. Now let's say, for instance, I wanted to empty the toys dictionary. So what I can do is toys, and then we do dot clear, and then we take a look again, and you can see now we have an empty dictionary. Just as if I were to do dot clear my list. So you can see now I have an empty list here. And lastly, let's say, for instance, I wanted to add in another key. So we'll do D equals, let's say, 300, D1. And you can see it's been appended onto the very end of our dictionary here, D with 300. So if I were to do, let's say, my list.append, 300 here as well, my list, you can see 300 it has been appended onto the very end of this list. So there's many parallels between a dictionary and a list. All right, so moving on from that, let's say I want to remove the A. Well, what I can do is dot pop, and then do D1. And as you can see, A is no longer there, along with its respective values gone as well. All right, so we just do d1.tab, and we can take a look at all the various methods and functions. So we've seen clear, and we have seen update. Let's take a look at the values, and also the keys as well. So we just take a look here. Let's say I just want to get the values here, so 20, 50, $25, $45, and $300. We'll simply do the values method. Okay, so if I want to grab, let's say 20, I can't simply do an index of 0. This gives me a type error. So what I have to do is convert this either into a list or a tuple. So convert into list or tuple for indexing. So we'll do simply a list in this case, like so. And let's say I want to get the $25 and $45. So I'll do 0, 1, 2. Okay, and then I want to get the other one, so that's going to be 4. Okay, so you've got $25 and $45 here. And likewise, if I want to do D1 and just get the key, so B, C, robots, car, and D, we do keys. And as always, you cannot index and grab, let's say, B, because you get a type error. So what you need to do is convert this into a list or tuple. So we'll do a tuple this time. Let's say I want to get the robot and car, so again it's going to be 2 and 4, so it's just a slice, and we have the robot and car in a tuple. Alright, so let's say I want to get the items. What I have here is dict items, and it has a list, though it's a bit difficult to see, but it's a list containing nested tuples. So you have the B with its key value of 20, and note that it has a comma instead of a colon this time. So again, if I want to do an index, I can't do that, so I have to convert this into a list or tuple. So we'll do a list, like so. And now I can do, let's say, 0, and I've got B and 20. And I can convert this back into a dictionary, so I can do dict, like so. And let's say I want to do menu, let's say chips, we'll just have this as 2.4, and then we'll have, let's say, soup, we'll have this as, oh excuse me, that should have a comma there, and have this one as, let's say, 140, menu, okay, and then of course we could do dict, menu, and it's converted into a dictionary here. Alright. And lastly, let's say I want to create another dictionary here. So I have maze equal to, we'll have K1, D1. So we're putting a dictionary inside another dictionary. And then we'll have K2 with just a random list here. And then K3, it's going to get a little bit more complex. We'll have a tuple this time. And then we'll have a list inside this tuple, 1 and 2, and then we're going to have here a dictionary, so we'll have K4, and this is going to have A, B, and then we're going to have here, oops, catch me. Alright, so what I'd like you to do is pause the video and give yourself a go at trying to grab just this value here from the dictionary. Okay, so I hope you've given that a go. So do maze. So first we have to get to this here, so it's going to be K3 first. And then we want to do 0, 1. And then we're going to do 0, 1, 2. And then K4, and then of course it's just going to be 2, so 0, 1, and 2, and we get catch me. Alright, so that concludes my lecture on dictionaries. I hope that's been insightful, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the Q&A. I'll see you in the next lecture.